Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I am going to be reviewing a full face by Honest Beauty. So Honest Beauty is definitely no stranger to my channel. I've already dedicated an entire full face video a good while ago to this brand, but I really felt like it was about time to do an update on Honest Beauty because they have launched so many new products, and they also have reformulated a couple of products and also revamped their packaging. So there's a lot of new stuff that I actually have by this brand, and it seems like you guys are also really interested in this brand in particular because you voted this brand up in my community tab for me to review. So in case you are completely unfamiliar with the brand, this brand is actually owned by no other than Jessica Alba. This is her clean beauty brand. She also does have skincare. Now in today's video we are going to solely focus on the makeup selection. Honest Beauty is also completely cruelty free, and most of the products are vegan as well. On their website, Honest Beauty is doing a really good job in actually making it visible if something is vegan or not vegan. So I would always suggest to double check. I also just want to remind you that this is of course just my humble opinion, my honest opinion on this brand. None of this is sponsored whatsoever. And I definitely do have some favorite products, but I also have some misses, some failed products. But also, in case you have tried out Honest Beauty yourself, why not drop me a comment in the comment section down below? I am really intrigued and always curious to know how the products worked on your skin, because everyone does have quite a different experience with makeup products. And also, in case you have not subscribed to my channel just yet, I would absolutely love to keep you on here a little bit longer. So why not hit the subscribe button? You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos. And if you do find this review helpful, or if you just enjoy it, why not give it a big thumbs up? That would be very much appreciated. But yeah, today was really the day where I felt like we have to dive into this brand again and yeah, re-review Honest Beauty. So I would say, without no further ado, let's just go barefaced and let's review this brand. So I'm barefaced right now, so let's actually kick it off with a primer. Now Honest Beauty actually does carry two different primers. They do have a glowy one and a matte one, and of course I do own the matte one. So this is the Everything Primer Matte, and this retails for $23. So they actually changed the packaging on this product. This now comes with a pump. Now I still have the old packaging here. But for a good amount of time, I actually used this primer quite a lot. This is my second one. I actually repurchased this product. It is doing an okay job, but I did find primers that are a little bit more mattifying, that do the job a little bit better, and that also do blur my pores slightly better. However, it is still a very okay product. So I've got to say, I have not reached for this lately, so I'm kind of like intrigued to use it again. I'm gonna put it on one half of my face first, and then you can see how well this is actually mattifying, blurring my pores, if it does anything to my pores at all. So we'll see how I like this as of right now. So I'm going to clip back my hair. It smells okay. It's like a creamy sort of product, not that runny, more of like a thick cream consistency. So let's put it on one half of my face first. I mean, it's doing a pretty nice job in mattifying my face straight away. I think that's why I used to reach for this so much. I feel like this is like not that hydrating, but it's also not drying out your skin, you know, but it does a good job in getting rid of the shine. You can see this pretty well, like right here, you know, where I do get a little bit oilier throughout the day. It's blurring out my pores to a certain extent, but it's not like super blurring. However, it's also not enhancing the pores, you know, which is great as well. So all in all, I think this is a nice primer if you want to mattify your face. It's not bad at all. I mean, that's why I used to use this quite a lot. So my primer is applied, so let's actually move on to the foundation. Now, Honest Beauty used to have a cream foundation. I did review that in my very first video. They have discontinued that product, and to be honest, I was never a big fan of that product. So as of right now, they still have their Tinted Moisturizer, and they have actually reformulated the Tinted Moisturizer this year. And I think it's good that they did that, because I actually had their very first version of the Tinted Moisturizer, and I never found a good shade match. So with this product, you know, she actually expanded the shade range, and she also tweaked the formula a little bit. So this is the CC Clean Corrective with Vitamin C Tinted Moisturizer, Broad Spectrum SPF 30, and this retails for $24. So here is the product. I actually did review this product, and I also ranked it in a video where I did review skin tints and foundations that do contain a mineral SPF, and it has titanium dioxide at 2.4% and zinc oxide at 13%. I really do enjoy these foundations with an SPF protection in it, but I would always suggest to actually wear a sunscreen underneath this. I mean, on the website they have a billion gazillion of different claims. I'm just gonna make this real quick for you guys, because I just gonna read you like the quick description of this product. So they're actually saying this 6-in-1 skincare hybrid tinted moisturizer with mineral SPF is an award-winning formula that moisturizes, protects, and perfects skin in one step. I think she used to have this in like 3 or 4 shades before she reformulated this. Now it's available in 9 different shades. So I have this in the shade Terra, which has a light neutral undertone. This comes in the new packaging. So this product is actually fragrance free. It does not contain any essential oils, nor does it contain any oil. So the only thing is that this product is not silicone free. I think it does contain some silicones, definitely some dimethicone. Yeah, this product actually does contain some dimethicone, which is not a problem for me at all, but it also does not contain any drying alcohols. So just looking at the ingredient list, it looks actually really promising. You know, it's a nice ingredient list and all. My biggest issue with this product actually is the performance of it, because I felt like this was just sitting on my skin, and after like 1 to 2 hours, it already broke up on me and it looked super oily and greasy on my skin. When this goes on, it looks like a really promising product. I like the coverage of this. I like how this blends out. I really do enjoy that. And I do enjoy how it looks for the very first hour. But once this is worn in, it's kind of getting weird looking, okay? So that's definitely the biggest drawback that this product has. But yeah, let's apply this onto one half of my face. It's super runny. The texture of this is going to run down my finger, super, super runny, and it actually does have a good amount of coverage. So I'm going to use this on a dampened sponge, and we're going to apply this on one half of my face first. Now, for this to be a neutral undertone, I do feel like it leans quite yellow though. It's not super neutral, but what can you do? Straight away, this gives me more of a light coverage, but light to medium, you know. I would not call this sheer coverage or anything. I just used one tiny pump of this, and I feel like the coverage level that I achieved is pretty good. You can definitely build this product up a little bit. So I'm going to do the other half of my face, and then we are going to build this slightly up. I mean, it's giving me somewhat of a natural finish, okay? It's not necessarily dewy, it's not necessarily luminous or glowy, it's more of a natural finish. So yeah, let's take this a little bit further and let's actually build this up slightly. So once this is built up, you can tell it does not look that flattering around here, around my chin, and also not that much on my forehead. I think if you have a drier skin type, if you don't mind that glowy, borderline greasiness on the skin, you may like this. So I think it could be a little bit better if it would just kind of be a little bit more self-setting, and if it would not enhance like the texture that much, you know? I kind of feel like I'm a little bit harsh with the product, but it's just my experience with it. Before we are going to powder this down, let's actually move on to a newer release by Honest Beauty. Let's move on to their new concealer. So this is the Fresh Flex Concealer, and this retails for $22. So here is the product. What I really do enjoy about this is the fact that this comes in a glass packaging. Really lovely. This also comes in 16 different shades, which is not bad. It's not that great, you know, but it's also not bad. So the very first shade that I actually picked up was the shade Fawn. So this is a medium shade with peachy undertones. And then I picked up the shade Almond. This is a medium shade with neutral undertones. This product kind of separates a little bit when you get it. It's not a biggie, you just have to kind of do this with the product before you are using it. Just make sure, you know, to actually mix it a little bit. All in all, I've got to say this is a really nice concealer. This really reminded me of the Kosas concealer. It is creamy and has a really good medium coverage. So let's actually apply this. This comes with the doe foot. Again, I have to mix mine a little bit. This is the shade Almond, so let's put it right here. It's really lightweight. It might just be a little bit more liquidy than the Kosas one. I feel like the Kosas one is a little bit creamier. And let's blend it out with a sponge. And let's actually conceal my chin a little bit. And let's put also a little bit on my nose and also a little bit on my forehead. The shade Almond, definitely, I feel like her neutral undertones lean a little bit yellow. I was under the impression that Almond would match me a little bit better than Fawn. Now looking at myself, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not that sure. So let's use a little bit of Fawn on my cheeks too. I don't think it's that peachy. I just wanted to try the neutral undertones because usually I'm a neutral leaning cool undertone. But yeah, I mean, both of them work. I'm not sure which shade matches me better. I always assumed it was Almond, but now looking under these lights, I'm not so sure. You can see this concealer is so luminous. It does have a luminous finish. The coverage level on this concealer is really nice. I mean, this blends out like a dream on my face. Just, it's a luminous finish. I mean, I will always powder down a luminous finish. I mean, it's super, super hydrating for your under eyes, you know. It's not like the most like creasy concealer in the world. It will crease just a little bit if you have a fine line, but I feel like most concealers really do that. Okay, so let's actually move on to the next product. Let's actually powder down my face. So this is the Invisible Blurring Loose Powder, and this retails for $23. Here is the powder. I still have the very first version of the packaging here. I actually decluttered this powder. And I had to look for it. I mean, I had to look like in a declutter box. I was like, wait, I still have this because I really did not enjoy this. So the problem with this powder is the name. It's called Invisible Blurring. First off, this is really not invisible because it has like a yellow tint and quite a strong yellow tint. And it's not very blurring. It is so mattifying. And usually I really like a good mattifying powder. But this one just was too much for some reason. This is also a cornstarch based powder. So let's actually reuse this powder. Maybe I'm gonna like it a little bit more. Now that I have to kind of mattify a lot, maybe it's gonna do a good job, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's use this on one side of my face. I just remember this like making everything look super cakey. So I'm not sure if my feelings are going to change about this, but yeah, let's just try it. I mean, it is super mattifying, okay? But again, I have this problem with this powder that it's not invisible. I mean, can you see how this concealer and the powder, they don't get along very well. I feel like these two products, they don't get along. I don't think this is the most flattering powder. I feel like you can see it on your skin. Also feel like if you have any fine lines anywhere, this powder ain't it. Let's see what it's gonna do on this side. It's almost like pulling your skin, you know, that's how mattifying this product is. I feel like it's too mattifying, and usually I really do like a good powder that mattifies, but this is almost too much, and it's making the foundation and the concealer look cakey. And that's super weird because just a second ago it was really glowy, and now I'm getting cake face vibes, which is not really what I want to go for. This is really not good for my under eyes. I mean, if you have really, really, really oily skin, maybe you're gonna like something like this. My only problem is it's not working very well with the concealer. I mean, it almost made the concealer look patchy, and my under eye looks super dry, and it just accentuates every wrinkle that I may have. It just needs to take away the shine without drying out your skin, and I feel like this powder is super drying. Alright, so my base is on, so let's actually move on to some complexion color products. So I realized that Honest Beauty as of right now does not have a bronzer anymore. I'm not sure what is happening in the bronzing department. I still have her old powder bronzer, so you can't really get this on her official website anymore, but this used to be her powder bronzer. This was the Luminizing Glow Powder in the shade Dusk Reflection. I'm still gonna use this today, but I'm not sure if you can tell, but this product really hard panned on me. It was such a lovely shade, but she also only had one shade of a bronzer. Maybe she's gonna come out with a cream bronzer. I have that feeling, I'm not sure. I mean, I did enjoy this bronzer because of the shade. It has such a beautiful neutral undertone. Really, really liked this, but again, the hard pan, I mean, ugh. I mean, I'm gonna speed you through the process, but I'm gonna bronze up my face now. The undertone's so pretty. I really hope she's gonna come back with this product in a lot more shades, maybe with a different formula so that it does not do this hard panning on me. Not sure what's happening in the bronzing department. So let's actually move on to the blush. So with her blush product, she actually does have a cream blush and she has a powder blush. Today I feel like I'm gonna apply the powder blush, but I do have this cream cheek and lip color, and this retails for $16 and it does come in 4 different shades. I mean, the packaging does look more sophisticated. This is the very first version of the packaging, but this was the shade Rose Pink. The formula here was okay. It's one of these blushes that you kind of have to rub a little bit to warm it up. This has a little bit more of a dewier finish. I would have to powder this down in order to make it work for me, because this did kind of look quite dewy on my skin. And I actually never showed you guys the powder blush that I have by Honest Beauty. So let's actually apply that one. And this is the Lit Powder Blush, and this retails for $16 as well. This also comes in 4 different shades. My shade here is the shade Frisky. And Frisky is described as a deep mauve with gold shimmer. Yeah, let's apply this shade a little bit onto my cheeks. And also in terms of shimmer, I don't think this has too much of this golden shimmer. All of the powder blush shades are described with a golden shimmer. I feel like it's very, very subtle. It's not like a glowy sort of blush, because I don't really like that too much. So yeah, let's actually apply this on my cheeks. This blush is pretty, but I completely forgot how pigmented this actually is. The shade is so pretty. It's like more of a red shade on my skin tone, and sometimes I really like that, you know, that more of like red mauvey kind of like blush shade. In all honesty, this is not a shimmery blush. On my skin at least, it kind of looks more like a matte blush. So as of right now, they don't really have their powder highlighter anymore. I still have it. It's the Luminizing Glow Powder in the shade Midnight Reflection. It is the same product than my bronzer, just in the highlighting shade. So right now she has this cream highlighter, which is called Magic Beauty Balm Stick. I don't have it because balm stick. I don't really like cream highlighters that much. I tend to try them out and sometimes I get lucky, but most of the time I get pretty unlucky, so I never really like to spend my money on like a cream highlighter. I always kind of like try not to. I'm still gonna use it because I don't really have another option as I don't have this cream highlighter. So I'm just gonna apply this a little bit. It is a little bit chalky and it is definitely not my favorite highlighter in the world. On the tip of my nose, it looks okay. It's still highlighting, you know, it's very subtle, it's not beaming or anything. I mean, I've seen worse and I've also seen better. My complexion is done, so let's actually move on to the eye category. So let's start off with a brow gel. So this is the Honestly Healthy Brow Gel and this retails for $15. So this actually comes in 4 different shades. I have the shade Brunette. I'm gonna try this again because the first time I used this I was not impressed, but again, it is so difficult to find a brow gel that beats this Air Brow Gel by Kosas. This is just my favorite one. And I feel like ever since I used this, it's quite impossible to beat this product. So yeah, let's try and see how much this is doing, how well this is filling in my brows and how well it's actually holding my brows in shape. I mean, I never like brush them up. I just want something to fill in and to just, you know, give them a little bit of shape. I think they also have a pencil. I'm not sure. I think I don't have that. So let's see how well this brow gel is doing on its own. So let's try it out on one side first. I'm going to try it out on this side first. I feel like on this side, my eyebrows are a little bit more sparse than on this side. So yeah, let's try and see what this is going to do. It has not really filled in anything. Do you know what the problem is with this product? As much as I do appreciate this product for having such a nice small brush, I feel like this brush is almost too small in a way that it does not even pick up any product. A little bit, but not enough to actually do anything. Hello? Okay, so let's actually do my brows with my unbeatable combo. I'm gonna use my Brow Chow by Item Beauty and then I'm gonna go over with my Kosas Airbrow because this, yeah, it really did not do much. The brush, it's a nice thought of having like a narrow and small brush, but for some reason it just does not pick up the product which is inside. So yeah, my brows are done now, so let's actually move on to a brand new release by Honest Beauty. And I was actually really excited initially when I saw this product, and she actually came out with some liquid eyeshadows. So these are the eye catcher lid tints and one of them retails for $18. She also has an eyeshadow palette. Now I never had that eyeshadow palette because it does contain some carmine and if I can avoid carmine I will. But now I picked up 3 shades out of her liquid eyeshadow formula. I was really excited to actually have an eye product by Honest Beauty because I never did. I have the shade New Love, which is described as a taupe shade. Then I have the shade Late Night, which is described as a brownie shade. And I also have the shade Out of Office, which is described as a silver. Another thing that they say on the website is that these dry quickly. I really don't like it if a liquid eyeshadow formula is drying on me immediately. I kind of want to feather it out. I kind of want it to be a little bit more flexible, to modify it a little bit. I mean, I'm going to show you the outcome when I use the shade Late Night, which is described as a brownie shade. It is so muddy brown green. This shade here in particular, it just looks like gold, green, brown, and it looks like an army green really. And I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of this shade. I hope I still have the footage, but yeah, this shade really wasn't it. So I thought maybe I'm gonna be better off with the shade New Love and that shade Out of Office. Also, all of the shades are kind of like metallic shimmery. I mean, this shade looks really, really stunning, I have to say. When I saw this shade, I was like, wow, this is a beautiful shade. Let's see how it's going to look on my eyelids. I have not put on any primer, and I would also advise against that because it will just interfere with the primer, so just don't put on any primer. So let's actually put on that shade New Love on my eyelids, and I'm gonna try and blend it out. It's gonna dry so quickly, it's almost impossible, but what can we do? We're just gonna do what we can. So let's apply it. Once you go in with a brush, the pigmentation on this is quite sheer, so I'm gonna go in with a second layer. So when this goes on, it actually does look nice, but when you try and blend this out with a brush, the pigmentation is kind of fading, and when this dries down, it looks a little bit crusty. It could be a lot worse. I feel like it's all right, you know, it's nothing that I would rave about, but it's also not the worst kind of product I've ever tried. The main problem here is it dries down way too quick, and it's also not that buildable, because if something just dries down really, really quick and you put on more product, you are going to interrupt the very first layer of it. Let's actually do the other eye. It does not really feather out nicely around here if you bring this liquid eyeshadow up. It dries down way too quick, and it makes my eyelids kind of look a little bit crusty, you know, once it dries down. I feel like when you put it on, it looks super nice, but when you blend it out, it starts looking a little bit crusty. It does not really crease though, which I appreciate. It's a little bit finicky. It will definitely accentuate any sort of eye texture that you may have. Although I blended this out, maybe the trick is not to blend it out at all, but then I would not really take it above my lids. I would literally just put it on the lids, and I always like to have my eyeshadow kind of blended out up around here. But yeah, let's actually apply a little bit of this Out of Office, and I hope that this one is a little bit more beaming. Ooh, oh, this is it. Ooh, this is much better. This shade is beaming. That is actually much better. I feel like it's still a little bit finicky, this formula. It just dries down too quick, guys. It just dries down too quick. And I need to blend this out. This shade has a lot more glitter, a lot more payoff than the taupe shade. I think this shade is where it's at. So there is definitely a little bit of an inconsistency in terms of shades. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other eye. This shade is really lovely, and it has definitely saved this look, because otherwise I would have looked just a little bit plain. So let's also put something on my lower lash line. I'm gonna use a cream eyeliner by Victoria Beckham real quick. And yeah, let's see if I can actually use this liquid eyeshadow also on my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this taupe shade on my lower lash line as well. So I'm gonna take it from the doe foot onto my brush. It did work on my lower lash line. It's a little bit more finicky. It's one of these liquid eyeshadows that will dry down like once you put it on, and it's really hard to blend it out and to make it work, you know, especially if you are a beginner in makeup. I'm not sure if you're gonna like this that much. I have to say, I like the Out of Office shade, but in terms of texture, you know, it's giving me a little bit of crusty vibes in general. So my eye look is almost done. So before we are moving on to the mascara, let's actually put on a makeup setting spray by Honest Beauty. And I think this is also a newer release. So this is the Safe Face Shielding Setting Spray, and this retails for $22. So on the website it does say a setting spray designed to help extend makeup wear while defending against the effects of environmental aggressors like UV and blue light. Again, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Made with honest seawater, sugar shielding blend, and extreme light. Not sure what that exactly is. I've never heard that. But this formula is also oil-free. You can use it to prime your face or to set your makeup. I have used this a little bit already. I like it, you know, it's a nice setting spray. So the sprayer on this is also quite nice. It's really lovely. You can really spray out quite a lot. So let's actually put this all over my face. This is also really nice in case you were using that Honest Beauty powder, because now I feel like my skin has regained a little bit of hydration, because it did feel quite cakey before. It's definitely giving you a shield. It's really hydrating. It's refreshing. It also does not have any scent. This is completely fragrance free. So I have been really truly enjoying this makeup setting spray. I'm going to continue using this, but as of right now, I'm really happy with it. And I really like what it's doing to my skin. It's lovely. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this if you were on the lookout for a more affordable setting spray. I feel like this is really lovely. So let's actually continue with the eye look, and let's actually move on to the two mascaras that I have by Honest Beauty. One of them is a newer release and the other one is an OG favorite of mine. So this is the Extreme Length Mascara and Lash Primer, and this retails for $18. And this is the Extreme Volume Mascara and Bold Lash Primer, and this retails for $20. So there is a little bit of a price difference. Here is the newer release, which is a little bit more expensive, the volumizing one, and this is the Extreme Length Mascara. This is the second time I actually bought this. I repurchased this product because this is amazing. This one is so much better than this one. I feel like we could do one eye with this and then the other eye with this, but if I would do my makeup, I would always reach for this one. Both of these have primers, and to be honest, I don't like any lash primer. I feel like it's so gimmicky. So let's actually use the lengthening mascara on this eye, and let's put the volumizing mascara on this side. Honestly, this one is almost too big for my eyes, so you can see the difference here. It's a very different brush. So let's use this one on this eye, and then I'm gonna put the volumizing one on this side. So let's go. So you can tell this is actually doing a pretty amazing job, you know. It is lifting my lashes. It makes them look really nice, like feathery. I really like the fact that this mascara is giving me. It is a really good formula. I really do enjoy this mascara quite a lot. Just be careful not to build it up too much, because if you do put on too much product, the lashes might just glue together, but not too much. This has a silicone brush. The bristles are made out of silicone, so it's very different than the volumizing one. It's easy to apply, you know, there's not a lot of hassle. Also, this formula really does not smudge. It does not flake off. It does not give me any raccoon eyes. It's really a bulletproof formula. And every time I wear this, I think my lashes look really pretty. And I really do enjoy it, you know. So let's actually use this one on the other side. I'm also going to curl my lashes just a little bit. So this is actually a fiber brush. This is not a silicone brush. It is huge and it's big. And I think that is the biggest drawback. I think it's a little bit too big for my eyes in particular. I'm also going to struggle to apply it on my lower lashes. So yeah, let's see how well this is comparing against this. This is definitely the winner because it is so much easier to apply. The brush is so much nicer. This one, oof, this brush is just too big. That is the biggest drawback for me. If they would have made this brush a little bit smaller, I mean, I really struggled to get anything on my lower lashes, and I still feel like this is kind of like a little bit better because it's just lifting up my lashes a little bit more. And this is just almost borderline clumpy. And I'm not sure why, but it's not perfect. It's also not doing that much, to be honest. It's not that volumizing, it's not that lengthening. I really do prefer this a billion times over this one. I honestly prefer these more like spiky synthetic brushes. For some reason, they just work better with my lashes. So my eyes are done, so let's move on to the last category. Let's move on to some lip products. So let's actually start off with the lip gloss. So this is the Gloss C lip gloss, and this retails for $15. So these lip glosses come in these small kind of squeeze tubes. Now they have this in 8 different shades. I have the shade Bronzite. Now, when I tried this the very first time around, it was okay, you know. It's not like my all-time favorite lip gloss, but it's also not that bad. I'm gonna squeeze out a little bit, but in all honesty, I don't want to finish off my look with this product because we still have another product that I kind of want to wear because I love it a lot more than the lip gloss formula. But I still wanted to show you guys this lip gloss applied to my lips, so let's quickly do that. I mean, the pigmentation here is quite sheer. It is not sticky or tacky or anything. It's also not that pillowy, that cushiony, that gel texture that I actually love. It is really lightweight in texture, and it also feels a little bit more balmy than it feels like glossy, if that makes any sense. It is not my all-time favorite lip gloss formula. I feel like it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not like special. It is just what it is. It's an okay, decent lip gloss. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this off. But the next product for my lips, I really do enjoy that one. So let's actually move on to the liquid lipstick formula. So this is the liquid lipstick, and this retails for $15. I actually do have this product in 3 different shades. I'm going to show you swatches on my arm. So I have the shade BFF, I have the shade Off Duty, and I have the shade Passion. So in total they have 8 shades. My favorite shade is BFF. That one is just the best one. I feel like this is a really, really lovely liquid lipstick formula. I just wish she would expand the shade range on this a little bit because it is an award-winning product and it's really, really lovely and one of the nicer lip products that she has. I also had this lip crayon. I don't have that anymore. I think it's in my other video, but I'm gonna use my favorite shade BFF. It's this beautiful neutral nude shade. It is like pinky beige brown. It is absolutely beautiful. I've always loved this liquid lipstick. This might be my very favorite product by Honest Beauty, and I kept it for the end of the video. It is so amazing. I really do enjoy it. But just to sum up real quick what my 3 favorite products by Honest Beauty would be, I mean, no questions asked. This is my favorite product by the line. The liquid lipstick is the best. I really have to say, I'm also really happy with this new concealer release. I think this is nice, this is lovely. You know, maybe not with the powder that I used today, but it's actually a really nice product. And I think this is a really lovely medium coverage concealer. And then I also really love my OG mascara. The Extreme Lengthening Mascara is one of the best clean beauty mascaras that you can get on the market. It is so lovely. So these are my top 3, but I also just want to quickly add this newer product here. The Makeup Setting Spray is really lovely. I've been really enjoying this one, and since I got it, I've been using this. So I'm really happy that I picked this one up. And all in all, these products are really good. So if you want to try out something by Honest Beauty, maybe try out these 4 products first. Another thing that I quickly do want to mention before I'm ending this video is the fact that I have used this powder now by Honest Beauty on top of the Tinted Moisturizer. And I am kind of impressed that my makeup is not breaking up right now. Because in summer, the tinted moisturizer did definitely break up on me, no matter what powder I use, but I never used the Honest Beauty powder. So maybe the powder in combination with the makeup setting spray is actually the magic key to make this work. But if you have very dry skin, maybe the powder is not for you. That's all I wanted to say for today. So I really hope this video was helpful to you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. In case you did, why not give it a big thumbs up? That would be extremely appreciated. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay with me on here a little bit longer. And if you ring the bell, you'll be notified about my upcoming reviews. So until next time, please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.